Bună ziua și bine v-am regăsit la o nouă ediție a ZF Tech Day. Vom discuta astăzi despre rolul fundamental pe care îl joacă tehnologia 5G în digitalizarea economiei și a societății, precum și despre modul în care rețelele de comunicații vor susține atingerea unor obiective, precum creșterea calității vieții, dezvoltarea sustenabilă și creșterea economică. Iar pentru a înțelege mai bine care sunt beneficiile pe care le aduce tehnologia 5G, dar și pentru a afla care sunt provocările de a construi infrastructuri de comunicații care să fie capabile să susțină în viitor noi modele de utilizare și noi tipuri de servicii, vom discuta în detaliu cu actori din Franța și România care sunt implicați acum într-un astfel de proiect numit 5G Victory. Iar pentru a afla detalii despre acest proiect, îi am alături de mine pe Jesús Gutiérrez Terán, coordonatorul proiectului Consortiului 5G Victory, pe Maria Seemann, care este manager public în cadrul Primăriei Alba Iulia, și pe Marius Iordache, care este architecture manager în cadrul Orange România. Va trebui acum să trec la limba engleză și să vă salut pe toți. I'll switch now to English and I'll say hi to each of you. So, Jesús, nice to meet you and welcome to our show.
Thank you. Pleased to be here.
Hi, Maria. Nice to have you here.
Hi, everyone. Nice to be here. Thanks for the invitation.
And Marius, welcome again to ZF Tech Day.
Hello, thank you for the invitation.
To start, I think we need an overview. We need to understand the context and also the main goal of 5G Victory project. So I'll start with you, Jesús. I'll ask you the first question. So why do we see so much discussion about the need of new, flexible and future-proof 5G networks? And also, what kind of challenges can be addressed by developing this infrastructure?
So thanks for the question. Yes, over the last 20, 30 years, we come from a period where every network component of these mobile network architectures were deployed in the shape of hardware in the different facilities, and this option these times is not valid anymore, as networks need to be upgraded and need to fit and adapt to the current applications and current services. So this, with the advent of 3G and 4G, and now with 5G, more and more of these components migrate from this hardware implementation to a software implementation. And these software implementations can be deployed in any general purpose hardware. So this allows in most of the times for a reduced operational expenses, reduce OPEX, and then the future is bringing a wide variety of applications and services that need to be served by this mobile network. So having this softwareized version, this open version from these mobile networks can accommodate and adapt to future applications, future services. What are the challenges related to this? So we are talking about novel technologies that need to support these services. Among them, for example, we have witnessed the appearance of millimeter wave as part of 5G transport and even access networks. And now with the 6G, we are witnessing the, let's say, reshape of terahertz technologies using really small form factors that allow for a really extremely high data rate communication. These technologies are being developed now. This is part of the research activities of 6G. And of course, there is still a way to go until these technologies settle and they are widely used as part of the 6G. Apart from this, we have also, or we do need to optimize the network infrastructures. We have many software components. They are moved from one place to another, so they can be virtualized and they can be running near the user or far away from the user. So all these flexibility also brings along the optimization of the system that needs to be there present as well.
And now you're actually implementing one of the projects in Alba Iulia, right?
Yes, definitely. So we have Alba Iulia as the host city of one, or indeed two, of the big use cases that we are promoting in the 5G Victory project. Exactly.
Can you explain a little bit what's happening there in Alba Iulia?
First of all, I have to say that we are proposing an open, flexible 5G architecture as part of 5G Victory. So this is our architectural blueprint that spans across the different deployment implementations. So one of these deployment implementations is in Alba Iulia. So first, the Alba Iulia deployment needs to adapt or adhere to this general 5G Victory architecture. So we want to demonstrate the 5G Victory concept in Alba Iulia, and for that we have partners like the municipality of Alba Iulia, Orange Romania, Eurocom, Orange France, and Urban Hawk for bringing in their services and the support, at least from Orange Romania and Orange France, on the network architecture to accommodate these two use cases that I'm going to explain now. The objective is to create an open, flexible 5G ecosystem using open source hardware and software that can allow to adjust to different key performance indicator requirements depending on the use case you implement, and that more or less map to the well-known 3GPP service classes like stream mobile broadband, ultra low latency communications, and massive machine type communications. So different verticals are expected to be part of these use cases. So on one hand, we have the municipality as the smart city, who is bringing a demonstration in an electric bus that involves infotainment services provisioned to the bus, and as well public safety services that prevent and are able to communicate promptly to a command and control center about any issue, any incident that's happening within the bus. Apart from these, there is also the use case on low voltage energy metering across the infrastructure of the Alba Iulia municipality. So this is being provided from the mobile network point of view by Orange Romania, and then, of course, from the smart metering point of view, also the university, the Alba Iulia municipality is there involved.
When did you start the project, and what's the current status of the project?
So we submitted the project in 2018. So that was an ICT 19 call. So this ICT 19 call is based on extending 5G experimental testbeds that were developed in past projects towards operational environments. In this case, we are talking about a smart city, right? So this was submitted in 2018. We started on the 1st of June 2019. So we have already been working in this project for 36 months. Out of those, I have to say that we have spent 27 months coexisting with the pandemic, who has put a lot of difficulties in all of us to deliver the use cases. Luckily, and I have to say this as the project coordinator, our Orange Romania, Alba Iulia municipality, and the other colleagues have put a lot of effort in showcasing the first use case as part of the project. So they have been the first one showing this publicly. And then we can also say that we have achieved a world record, let's say, in terms of having open source software using general purpose equipment in a deployment on the field for the first time in the world, basically. So that has to be also said here publicly, and we will communicate this through the social media channels of the project. And as well, the Commission is willing to also make a bit of noise about this through their social channels. So the project now is in the state of 36 months out of 49 months in total that we have. We have showcased yesterday this first worldwide demonstration of this use case on the public safety and infotainment tour bus. And then we have other 3 different sites with different use cases that will be coming in and demonstrating the use cases until June 2023. Yes.
Okay, so the same use cases, or there will be new use cases?
Different use cases. So we have in total 10 use cases across the project. Some use cases are being shared by different, we call it clusters, or different deployment sites. but each of them, it has some singularity, so we can count on 10 different use cases.
Okay, so in the next period, we'll see more use cases within this project. Thank you, Jesus, for sharing this information with us. I'll get back to you. Now, I want to ask Maria, why did the Alba Iulia municipality enter this project? Which were the main reasons?
Thank you for the questions. The main reason for Alba Iulia municipality to enter in this project was due to the fact that we want to become a city for tourists, we want to become a city for investors, we want to become a city for people wanting to live in our city. Therefore, the new technologies need to be part of this vision of our city. And because Alba Iulia is a medium-sized city situated between Cluj-Napoca and Sibiu, we are like between two Goliaths and trying to find the way on the map of Romania. Therefore, the small dot here is today very proud to host such an important meeting for this project, the second activity for reviewing our project, and of course the expertise that we receive both from Romanian side, our partners Orange involved in this project, but also from other partners that help Alba Iulia implement smart city solutions and new technologies that Jesus was talking about. It's very important for us because the main problem, let's say, with public authorities is the human resource. We need expertise, and we need to find expertise there where we can find it. Therefore, scientists, researchers, companies, public-private partnerships are helping our city to reach our goal. We are also very well committed to sustainable development. For example, Alba Iulia municipality is a signatory of the Covenant of Mayors. We are committed to reduce the energy consumption with 40% by 2030. And this kind of projects, of course, are very useful for our city.
Actually, Alba Iulia was one of the first cities here in Romania that started implementing smart city projects. So you were among the first cities that started this journey of becoming a smart city. So you have a history as an early adopter, to say like this, with new technology. Maria, now I want to ask you if you can share with us how many resources from your side are involved now in this project, 5G Victory.
Yes, before that, if I'm allowed, I will mention the project that you were saying about the first pilot project for smart cities in Romania. It was for us really a good experience and also a reason to be part of this new Horizon 2020 project, together with our partners from Orange that were our main partners in the pilot project, where we tested 100 smart city solutions in the largest stage of Romania, let's say. Coming back to the resources that we spent or we put into force within this project, I will mention the human resources, because the team of Alba Iulia needs to be a dedicated team in order to accept new challenges, new technologies, to use them in the benefit of the citizens, to use them to make our city more attractive for talents. Because as I was saying, we are not really in a competition, but we are a little bit competing with Cluj-Napoca and Sibiu. We want to have in Alba Iulia students, we want to have investors, tourists, and people to remain in our city. Another important resource that we use is the infrastructure, because the city itself became an infrastructure. the infrastructure where these two solutions could be tested for the first time in the world, as Jesus was mentioning. It's a record. Let's say we are happy to have this and to provide this infrastructure to be tested within this project. And of course, another research that we can say that we put into force was the training of the people who actually use these two new instruments. Because, for example, the energy metering solution that was established in 3 public buildings, 1 school, 1 museum, and a public municipality building, has to be used by people, because we want to be a city for people, and people using the solution need also to be trained. So we provided also training for the best use of the solution.
It's true. People are the most important resource in every project, in every company, actually, and so on. Now I would like to switch to Marius. I would like to ask you, what role does Orange play in this project 5G Victory? If you can please explain to us.
Sure. Orange is playing a complex role in this research project where we are involved 25 partners, because we are covering many areas, starting from the technology part, where we are playing the role of the deputy technical coordinator. Also, we are contributing with our experience from the telco operator perspective. So not defining only the technical concept, but also we are supporting, and we are involved in the definition of the use cases and the business cases supported by the 5G technologies. Use cases and business cases achieved not only from the business perspective, but also in order to support the community. And with respect of this, we have 2 main use cases in the area of power metering, data acquisition, and of course then intelligent data analysis that can be further used by the communities, by the municipality for proactive maintenance, and in the area of public safety. In order to support these activities, Orange has involved a team of around 10 specialists.
Okay. And what's the main goal for Orange in this project?
The main goal for us in this project is to continue the activities and the collaboration started with Alba Iulia municipality in 2018, like the smart city concept. So we moved then to the next level, split into phases. The first phase was to implement the technology, the 5G standalone implementation, as it has been mentioned, in a concept of open run, open core, using different tools, software, open software tools from different partners, from different vendors, in order to put in place the technology. And then the second step is to put in production the use cases and business cases, to define new services in the application that can be used with the support of the 5G by the Alba Iulia municipality, and why not by other communities that are interested in this area.
Can you give us some examples? What kind of other services will be enabled by 5G technology?
For sure, 5G is promising a lot with the support of the technology and with the support of the 5G slicing implementation. We're focusing from the operator perspective to give the possibility of the application to have an enhanced mobile broadband. So we can discuss here about the real-time video transmission. We can here support, for example, low latency application, as we have demonstrated here in Alba Iulia municipality. Latency is less than 5 milliseconds in this case. So real life experiments that can be provided, critical application, or public safety, as also has been demonstrated here in Alba Iulia municipality, considering we are using analytics and video analytics application installed in the municipality buses, from where we can detect emergency situation, for example, that can happen in the bus, and the municipality can be informed through the command and control center in real time what is happening in reality in the bus.
Thank you, Marius, for sharing these details with us. Jesus, I'm back to you now, and I would like to ask you, what are the main steps, the next steps for this project now, and what's your plan?
So as I mentioned before, we are building up 10 use cases. 2 of them are being built in Romania. We have showcased one already. The other one is expected towards the end of the project. We have 3 other facilities or operational environments, each one with at least 2 use cases. So we are talking about the content delivery network to trains on the move, for example, in train stations. We also have future mobility or digital mobility use cases. Some of them are, for example, used to guide or for multimodal guiding of passengers throughout, for example, railway stations, bus stations, whatever buildings need to be covered with this type of use cases that you come from means of transport, and then you need to find a way out of a building to pick up a taxi or to pick up an Uber or something like this. We have also use cases on 360 remote teaching that jointly, for example, 2 universities, in this case, University of Patras and University of Bristol, do share and do host 360-degree camera for showing lessons to students at both sides at the same time. So they are basically sharing that experience. We have also some of the use cases related to smart factories on high voltage monitoring, smart metering, and so on. And lately, towards the end of the project in 2023, there is a big demonstration in Berlin wherever mission critical related services will be showcased, like rail signaling, cab telephony, sensor data, and CCTV cameras. So all these different use cases, different services, all together in the different sites will be coexisting and will be provided on top of a single 5G infrastructure that is being set up by the ICT related partners like universities, research institutes, and even companies like Orange, Romania, operators, and so on. So the next step is we go and visit all of us, the consortium and the European Commission is invited to the next demonstrations, basically the next round of field cases. And the next one will be in Bristol in October. The next one in Berlin, March, April next year, 2023. And then we end in Patras with a final demonstration together with a final project review, most probably, wherever we will show everything that we have done over the last 4 years.
So after the project will end, these demonstrations, these use cases will be actually implemented in other countries, other cities. What's actually the plan further than the end of the project?
This is indeed a parallel effort we are trying to do. So we have partners involved in not only in the deployment of the use cases. So we do not want just to show the use cases in a field trial in an operational environment, and then everyone forgets about this use case. We want to keep the pace and engage the partners on exploitable results and exploitable assets that could be provided to the companies that are hosting the use cases, energy companies, transportation companies, and so on. So we would like to transfer this knowledge and to make them know that their network infrastructure can be upgraded in order to accommodate even novel services that they can think about. So apart from the technical track that we have and the field trials track for deploying all these use cases, we are trying to engage the partners of the project. We are a total of 26, and as well new companies, SMEs, interested people that could get to know what they do, what we do, and then try to help, try to support, and even convey the services on top of the infrastructure we are setting up.
Because you mentioned also other cities, can you share with us your experience here in Romania comparing to other countries in this project, within this project?
Definitely. I mean, indeed, I have to say, I can compare with other projects, but this is, let's say, the first time we come to an operational environment in this project. So I have to personally have the experience of witnessing some demonstrations that have been running in Berlin recently in a railway environment. Of course, this is a harsh environment for communications. It's not so easy to access these infrastructures. Even though they are partners of the project, one has to understand that this, whenever you have trains operating normally in these infrastructures, you do not have so much flexibility. What I can just say from Alba Iulia municipality, apart from their, let's say, nice hosting all the events and everything, is the openness. They have made absolutely everything easy for us to deploy the equipment on top of a hotel for Orange Romania to install the base station. They have been sharing all the information they could. They have even put up a bus for us to make the demonstration. Even they could cut the streets for us to make the demonstration. So that this openness and this makes much more easy for us to run this deployment and these field trials, right? So this is something that we cannot ask everyone in the consortium to ensure this, but at least is a good example to see that if the things are done properly with a good planning, this kind of operational environment can be really open for people like us to come and to enjoy a really nice use case here in the field.
We are proud that we have this kind of project here in Romania, because I was asking you about further implementations in real life. Marius, I want to ask you also about this. How do you see the future regarding this topic? We'll be seeing these use cases tested here implemented in Romania after this project will end?
Here in Alba Iulia municipality, we have implemented these use cases fully functional over our 5G standalone network. So the next step will be, based on the experience of what we have achieved here, to put these use cases in a commercial format that can be further used by other communities, by other municipalities, because we have demonstrated here within this project and within the involvement of the partner that from the network perspective, we can support the use cases, and from the business perspective, the use cases have really impact in the community experience, and they can really benefit from them. Of course, based on that, we will use our business channel and of course the involvement of Orange Business Services in order to go closer to the end user with these applications, and of course to propagate the use case in many directions.
Okay, we hope that we will see soon some of these use cases implemented in also in other cities from Romania. Maria, now I want to ask you, what's the role of the technology in the strategy of Alba Iulia's municipality?
It was said before that technologies used contribute to the sustainable development of the cities. For Alba Iulia municipality, technologies have proven their role in our development, and these new technologies are linked to several projects. Under implementation, connected to 5G Victory, I will give one example to that. You were asking Jesus if these solutions will be replicated, transferred to other municipalities or other infrastructures. We managed to transfer one of the use case also to another project that was approved by Innovation Norway. It is about the energy metering use case. We have a recently approved project for enhancing the energy efficiency for the elderly home in Alba Iulia. It has a grant of 1 million euros, and this solution that is put into place by Box2M, our partner, together with Orange and the partners from the 5G Consortium, will find its role also for this efficiency energy project for the elderly home. And concerning the use case for the mobility, it was very important for us that this project was linked to another one, the public tender of 13 electric buses, and the solution on mobility was tested on our first electric bus that arrived in our city. So it was a reason to be happy as well, because as Jesus said, you could test the solution on the spot, on the site, using existing infrastructure. So people will benefit of these new solutions. We will increase the services for our citizens, the quality of the public services, and we are very proud to be part of this.
What's the feedback that you have from the citizens regarding this new type of services driven by technology?
The feedback from the citizens is positive when it comes to reducing energy consumption. So using new technologies also for residential buildings, social buildings, in order to reduce the energy consumption is an valuable result in this energetic crisis that we are facing all. So of course it's very welcome. And the other use case on mobility was not tested so far with citizens. It will be functional in the coming months, and we hope to have a positive feedback on that as well.
Okay, then we'll stay in touch to hear also about the other project. I would like to thank you all. Thank you, Maria, for joining today, and because you share with us all the new solutions that you are testing there in Alba Iulia.
Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you also, Jesus. It was a pleasure to discuss with you and to find out about all these new use cases that you are testing within this 5G Victory project.
A pleasure for me to participate in such nice interview.
And Marius, thank you also for joining again here at ZF Tech Day. We'll stay in touch for sure for other innovative projects in which Orange is involved. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Aceasta a fost ediția de astăzi a ZF Tech Day. Vă așteptăm și săptămâna viitoare cu un nou subiect de tehnologie. Zi bună!